Well, fill it with gas, fill it with oil, check the water, we're ready to roll. It's got no buzzes, no flashing lights, just let you know when it feels alright. One side looks like an old tin can and the hood's held down with rubber bands. We tell it our problems and it understands as we roll along the highway. We all drive an old yellow Datsun with one green door.
Hey YouTubers, how's it going? I kind of got the portable garage done yesterday. Got it tarped for the most part, but it's not pretty, but it'll work for the winter anyway. Looks like I timed it right too, because you know, we're supposed to be getting some winter weather here, and it's still early in the morning. My legs aren't working well for stairs yet, but they are working though, nonetheless. But seems we had some problem weather here last night, if you can see. Yeah, I think winter's here. Let's go take a look at this monstrosity that will actually be good enough for keeping the cars out of the winter when it storms anyway. I'll show you on this side. The tarp I bought was a little too small, but the next one up would have been way too big. So you can see here, the white tarp here is this old side from my last portable garage. I kept the sides from it. The roof was destroyed, and it was just 20 feet long, so because I'm about 26 or 25 or so, I had to put a little section of tarp here. And I had an old tarp that was worse for wear that I used, but still got a little spot to fix right there. And as you can see, it's holding up pretty well. I put ropes onto tension on the outside to pull the top down so it wouldn't inflate like a balloon like it was doing. You love the sound of creaking snow under your feet. It's one of the sounds I like. Actually, one of the other ones I like is when it's about 35 or 40 below and you got that real nice crisp sound. Now, let's go in and see if it kept the weather out for me. Well, here we are on the inside. And as you can see, for the most part, kept everything out. So I just got to fix that corner. And what I also did was one of the other sides left over is I tied that up like a door. Unfortunately, it's a little short. And the old tarp I used up here is a little bit too ratted, so I don't hold much faith in it lasting. And I grabbed the tarp left over from my father-in-law had it. He used to cover his camper with it. And so I thought I would open it up and measure it to see which way I could put it up. But I found out one thing. Kind of screwed me up about it. I was going to add it up like that other one, but turns out it was something that must have been given to him. It's a circular pool cover. So I don't know how I'm going to be able to use that to help support there, but it's not meant to be completely weather tight anyway. And you know, I think it'll do for the most part. You know, what I hope is, which is to keep most of the weather off the car in the blizzard. And one other thing that I want to do sometime this winter, that's why I've left it here, is I had this given to me by a friend of mine about a year ago, and I'm hoping to get to work on it and maybe see if I can get it running. Going to need tires because they're dry rotted, and one of them, it's rotted to the point it leaks through the sidewall. But it's pretty solid. It's about a mid-90s from what I could tell, and it's going to be handy to figure out if I can use it or not. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to get something. The lawnmower was missing some parts, and when I got it, my friend had taken it apart to try and fix it and realized it was going to need more work than he wanted to do, so he basically decided not to, and he got himself a bigger tractor. He lives on a acreage anyway, so I got the piece, and the piece, he found another piece that was missing, and it's actually the cover for the motor, which has the serial number and model number and everything, so make it a little easier to track down some parts and diagrams and stuff, so I can put all the missing linkage back together. And I'm just looking for the cover now, because I wanted to take the cover in the house and record numbers, and then I can start searching parts. So I don't know how well I'm going to sit and visit here, but I just don't know where I put the damn thing. There it is. So 14 horse. So should work okay. I guess I don't really need dead leaves in the house. And my wife puts up with the shit from my golf ball carvings, but I don't think she needs to put up with that. So I don't think I need to put up with that. Apparently now that it's around 0 right now, and it's supposed to warm up, so I don't know how much of this snow is going to stay, but 0 degrees. It's warming up. My wife is strongly suggesting now that that it's time to start wearing something more than just a t-shirt out here. So yeah, she's probably right. Although I like the cool, this, you know, 0 degrees, 1 degree with snow. That is where I'm going to start likely wearing a hoodie. I don't want to catch cold. I got enough crap going on without that kind of thing thrown into the mix. Anyway, at least I got a place I can hide the vehicles. I still got to get my motorhome put away for the winter. It's pretty well done. I just have to cover the vents for the fridge and the water heater and stuff like that. I've just got to seal those up, and then my wife wants to give the fridge one more cleaning, and then we can put it up on blocks and get the weight off the wheels and throw a tarp over it and put her to sleep for the winter. Then we'll be able to get in get in here with our daily drivers, park them if we have to. One of the other things I want to do before I do get these daily drivers in here, it's something that I want to do to help me be able to work outside a bit more this winter. Now there's one more thing I'd like to do before long. Now that the portable garage is put up out there, it gives me basically double the space. I'm going to pull all this, before I park cars in there, I'm going to pull all this stuff out of the garage, my Roadster, and got a table set up I'm using to catch all and sort right now, but I'm kind of getting things squared away. But if I can get this stuff out, I can do something I've wanted to do for several years. It's always been hard to heat my garage, especially when it gets down to below -20, and especially when it starts to get -30, -35. I had started years ago with the drywall, and I had the vapor barrier up, and I was basically using the vapor barrier to keep dust down when I painted. So I've since torn all that down because it was sagging and that, but I'm going to pick up some drywall, some insulation, and get my boys over, and we'll have a little fun, if you can call drywalling insulating that. And we're going to finish insulating the garage so the heat will stay in a little better and it won't take quite as much. Mind you, I do have alternate heat sources in my garage, which helps, but it would just be easier to insulate it. Like I've got that's a fan forced propane heater that puts out, I think, 50,000 BTUs or something. That helps. And of course, I've got my wood stove here, which I was just finished scooping out the last of the ashes from last year. And I've got this for just spots, and this is just an electric radiant heater. That's a ceiling mount, but I mounted it so I can swivel it 360 degrees, and it's got two heat settings and a setting with the slightly adjustable, but it's got a halogen light on it, so it puts out pretty decent heat, and heats up fairly fast. So within seconds you start feeling the heat radiating off of it. And with this, it doesn't heat what's around you. It basically only heats organic matter or the people. So, like you can see, it's starting to glow already, and I'm already feeling the heat here. And so I usually do a combination of things. When I come out here, I'll turn this one on and then stoke up the wood stove, and until the wood stove's going, I leave this one on. And if it's brutal cold and I need heat right away, then I'll fire up the propane one over there and run it for a few minutes until the wood stove takes over. But like I say, the lack of insulation on the ceiling definitely isn't going to help matters. I know there's people out there that are going to say that you're supposed to do the ceiling first, and then the drywall along the sides helps hold it up, and I know that, but when I was doing the insulation, it happened to be at a time I had to pull stuff out from the walls to do some work anyway. So I thought, while everything's pulled out, I'll do at least do the sides. And what I did was I took I had an offcut, an 8-foot long offcut of drywall that was about 6 inches wide. So I actually put it up as a spacer when I put the drywall up. So I actually do have enough space to tuck the drywall in above the walls, and I'll just work towards the center. So I'll put the sides in at both sides here, and then it'll just be the middle section. Okay, and just a little bit of trivia here as I'm closing up. One of my family members said, you know, we know where you got your username from, but who else knows? So I just figured I'd show you. This is all that's left of my last race car. It was kind of destroyed, and I'll show you where the username comes from. There's the Iceman, if you can see, and race car number 22 ST. ST stands for studded traditional drive, or basically front engine rear drive. SX in the ice racing classes here, SX is transverse mounted, or front wheel drive. And that's all that's left of my race car. And as you can see, it's well, maybe you can't because of the lighting, but it's basically, it's a Datsun 510 door, but it's convex because it was pushed in approximately 16 inches, and the window was Lexan, so it didn't break. But you can see there's the little window I put in to get a bit of fresh air in the winter. And I made it just big enough I could reach out and adjust the mirrors, or the mirror on the door if I had to, because sometimes someone would get a little close and, you know, fold your mirror up for you. In hindsight, should have been a little bigger so I could adjust the mirror a little better. I could do it if someone, you know, got a little close and kind of dinged the door and folded the mirror on me. I made sure I had a mirror that folded in real easy, just to make sure that it didn't break, and then I still had it. Anyway, I'm just about ready to shut down, like I'd mentioned a minute ago, and just a little tidbit here for Mike. That what is it, KB1NYC? I think. Sorry, my memory is crap. I want to show you something, Mike. Just at the end here. I'll show you what that looks like. And a bit of a progress report here. About an hour into it, it's roughed out, and it's coming along. So I don't know, a couple more hours, and it'll be ready, my friend. Talk to you later.
Tune in tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel.